Logic dictates this is a sAw 2-0, but online it has been a very close matchup recently. So let's see how it transpires. We've got sAw of Maka has the molly and the smoke, and of course, as sAw, we all know, love their double dualies.
All right, a little bit of a fakey in towards B to accommodate this mid split. Dilberettas go forward, but Jocko finds the first instantly.
Some kill bonuses. Looks like that's what Ujerks is definitely doing, but that is a lovely swing from Jocko. I've covered Jocko. Of course, Vertigo does kind of lean to a sort of pack-based mentality in a way, especially on the T side, taking ramp as such. And we'll see if they can...
Not on a bad round at all. I like the fact that they've actually thrown the grenades quite shallow, and then it completely kind of creates an illusion of how many players are actually scaling up the stairs. In fact, it's just a couple, and then all the distractions taken from mid. It's a well-choreographed pistol. 3D Max have been workshopping that.
That's interesting. Of course, usually kind of meta kind of dictates very often it's an eco in these sort of rounds for a CT side, especially on Vertigo, but, you know, Dak. Now, that's interesting. Lucky's still holding for the possibility of players pushing down, and he takes Story, but is he aware of a second? Mutiris will not swing for now. As a bomb plant comes through, they won't be aware he's here.
He's so worried, though, about Lucky on the flank. So Orostos needs to take the first contact, and he gets domed instantly. And now Mutiris' position free. They make sAw doubt. And just by taking the space and contact pushing up towards this site, you're still imposing a lot of question marks in this CT side. Have they fully committed up to the bomb site? Have they actually rotated away? We haven't heard anything. And that's what initiates this contact from Story to walk down ramp. He needs to see what's going on there. He gets met with an AK.
Spy such as that, right? So often the Force Spy can come up trumps, and the Force Spy wars will then begin until someone wins 2 rounds in a row, of course. And in the following, of course, will definitely help him feel it a bit. It's nice to...
Decision as well. Look, remember, this is sAw's map pick. 3D Max elected to start on the T side. They wanted to set the pace early. They wanted to hit the ground running and just make sAw feel really uncomfortable. And obviously, we're going to get a full Alex.
Forward to seeing what that looks like.
The leaks. It looks great.
Okay, I believe you. You would never lie to me, so
I wouldn't.
Stairs.
It was Stories brought his AWP over as well, so has got to be a little bit careful here with Lucky about to be boosted on Gravity's head. Story adjusts in the nick of time, and now we can look for even more on these stairs. Utility touch.
Yeah, I mean, Jocko took the space, but then fell back with his teammates, right? They've changed plan. If they just straight up win the duels, it doesn't matter. Mutiris looking a little bit cold early doors, and Roman fighting for his life. 2 versus 2, but Arrowsdos is still here. 1v1. Story, who was originally on B, is now on A. Bomb plot.
Then it gets a little bit tricky because this is like your MVP weapon and falls for the afterpart. Utility is not great, but at the same time, weaponry doesn't really favor sAw. They're trying to deny the box. He can stick the digits.
Yeah, on the default, to be honest. The MP now will have so many bullets firing through. Maka in a very powerful position toward the sandbags with the AWP, but the SMGs are running riot. And they're having to win these pure angels because, of course, sAw have no utility in this one. It might give Lucky a chance or exercise. The answer's no, you could call it. But I want to see a brawl. The maps kind of lead toward the possibility of that as well, with the styles of these two teams. Want to see a close game, want to see a fun battle. Let's see if sAw can take a round here, all 5 alive. Actually important to do that in a round such as this, with their economy being as it is. 1 kill for exercise.
I think that's a perfect time to kind of segue into talk about the format. Obviously, it was introduced last season, but there's a lot more chances now. You fall into a mid bracket and then a lower bracket, and then teams 4
last season as well, like you said, so... teams at once, 2 groups at once as well. Oh, Gravity, it would be a slower play, and the answer's no on that one. Gravity takes that kill. They can now deploy the utility. Ujo's playing up close on the crane, maybe waiting for a flash to come through, but he's slightly blind as well, and he can't recover. Jocko takes the headshot, down to 5 HP and...
To reduce the numbers further. That bomb has not moved in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know there's only 30 of those seconds remaining. Oh, Mutiris tried to put himself up close, but the wallbang, but you've got to make sure you cover those eventualities. And 3D Max are doing a pretty good job here. Happy to be the point man up ramp. So often you need a player like that, of course. Happy to take these duels straight up. Was famously at the Paris Major, of course, it was Cypher just doing that over and over again.
Probably a dead man walking. Might even swing. Now he's seen the nades fall out from exercise. And
say while they're throwing utility and maybe a little bit of early BO3, early tournament nerves there.
know that sAw haven't got the best buy behind it. So as soon as you find and isolate this AWP, you just can reposition to the other bomb site. This is the opener from exercise onto Muteris in middle. And from here, it just feels like none of the gunfights.
USPs to face. All different beasts. In Malta. Sorry, really trying his best, but that's
A little bit late, but do you think, okay, well, look, he's killed the that's fantastic. It just one-taps the guy on site. Like, okay, mate.
need to do that.
That's not fair. You're already beating them 6-3. You don't need to style on them. This is what I'm talking about. Immediately aggressive, and that accelerates the play in towards mid. Straight into the crossfire of Muteris' story, but they get one apiece. B bomb site. It's open for now, but Jerks is already on the flank. 7-3 now on this T side already for sAw. If they're not careful, this could end up as 9-3. And that would be a disaster, considering that this is their map pick. You've got Inferno coming up next, which is a very strong map historically for 3D Max as well. And when Lucky and just the rest of the gang are hitting shots like this, however, Lucky's already under here. Just becoming a little bit of a nuisance. Back to mid, potentially. Exercise just...
This is going to be tough for Muteris. Half somehow with a 7-5. I think they'll be relatively delighted, to be honest, because they've been relatively outplayed overall. Gap push again.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this with 25 seconds to hit some bangers with the Deagle. He'll fall back away towards sandbags at the bare minimum, and Jocko won't really have time to clear this. AWP, far, Jerks strikes from sandbags. Suddenly, it's a 2-on-4, and Mac is also overwhelmed. Jerks
Back to the near double stack area, maybe Crane. We already saw Roman position there anyway. Kind of fakes the footsteps for a second, manages to jump and silently, even though he made some noise originally, kind of get into the sandbags position, not where they expected him to ready to smoke. Exercise could have 2 kills on his plate here. How does he play it? There's one instantly taken. Doesn't play trigger discipline, but it doesn't matter because it allows his teammates to work their way up. Unfortunately, it could be in vain. Arrows DOS is 1 versus 3 years ago. So let's see what they can do. Actually, we're going very fast. And hang on a second. The Doilies are in play. Exercise is out for blood. He even leaped.
He's just trying to choke slam him from the top rope. Shadow spotted as well for Jocko. Muteris is now in a world of pain. Needs to find this kill, but can't get past Jocko. Story made at least, and now he can go anywhere. But with Maka on the flank, he feels like he needs to take the fight to Elevator. Immediate trade out.
Work from Exercise. So often we see the Doolies multi-frag on the pistols here. Replay a bit here. Judging the recoil really nicely, and as you see, he was very happy just to say, well, I've done my job now. I'm going to go looking for more. Jocko pushed aggressively down ramp, as you rightly said, playing with probably what is the biggest shadow advantage in the game right now. I mean, it's...
Although, hang on. Fast up A, Jocko overwhelmed, and the XM also dealt with by a Tech 9. sAw, they've got their way in, they've got the plant, and Gravity also dealt...
If they overcome this force spike, sAw could be within touching distance a lot quicker than 3D Max would have wanted.
Yeah, it's a really important round.
So immediately after that hit back from sAw, and I guess Maka is thinking maybe he wants a CT side AWP as quickly as possible. Wall bang or smoke bang doesn't come through. And that
Change to go down. Barring the USPs don't win a full eco. Could get the XM, really.
Would have given him more bonus cash, that's for sure, if we got a second kill. Yeah, now see clean. He's up to 17.
That's him. This is what he does, by the way. This is something you're going to see all T-side long from Jerks. It's control over towards ramp and gap, primarily gap. And I don't know what it is, but this guy just wins basically like 80% of his angels over here. That stat's made up, but that's what it feels like, guys. I'm sorry. I haven't got my calculator out, but you understand, right? It's for effect. But a little bit interested. The investment in towards A ramp is becoming a little bit more problematic now for 3D Max, because as this utility is about to be dropped, Jerks might swing, and Jocko dealt with.
Frustrating for Jocko. Need a great performance now from Lucky, but The flash comes through the fire and flames to return this one, but then the black part of the scope
that's coming out from them. If you have an AWP, it really incentivizes you to be a lot more slower, a lot more methodical. And if you notice the nature of a lot of these rounds that sAw are employing, it's very much explosive, catching the opponents off guard, which doesn't really lend stylistically to having an AWP in the mix, because Story will always be that little...
Two veterans of sAw. There's a chance they could do something if they fight together, and in comes Jocko. Just two left for sAw. What a life. Out of bullets, though, and that smoke's about to be blown open. Roman, oh, does he see the USP on his left? He's fighting between two players, and he gifts Jocko a duel. It activates him to...
Sort of the pistol rounds being translated here on CT side. sAw had one towards the tail end of the first half, and now we get another. This gets all set up by Gravity. As you mentioned, that dink on towards Story, and that's just a wild kill from Jocko. But from there, he can get the rifle, scavenge it, move over towards Elevator.
8-4 down at the half. That would be incredible for them. Oh, Exercise to reveal his position. Wow, he does so well to get two still. And guess what? Mac has managed to take Jerks off the back of that. He does well to find a frag, but now his teammate has been taken down, still fighting brilliantly. And 3D Max need to be careful they don't pick one by one here. I mean, expensive.
How they've adjusted and what they're doing differently to what sAw was doing on their defense is that they're taking space, but they're not overextending. Take a look at Exercise's position. Just playing on an off angle down below the stairs. That is something you don't pre-fire or pre-aim at all. If you're a T side, you normally look up high in real time. Exercise volleyed off initially, and that's a fantastic.
The entire game so far has been really good on his Pro League LAN debut, and Exercise...
Not ready for Arostos to be so close. There's that shadow again. Now, suddenly we might see it slip the other way, and these cracks in the armor are beginning to show here for 3D Max. And with rounds coming really close and expensive, not sure how their finances are going to fare for the future.
Situation now, and this is something different. Now, obviously you're the totem pole, so he's having to look back and forth to keep himself alive.
Oh.
Actually does more damage, to be fair. Hits the dink and then shouldn't be allowed to get away. Live, and once they've figured that out, obviously they know very unlikely for A to be
2. So the fact that Jocko's been able to find a dink in amongst all of that is a testament to his skill.
Stream update, of course. Well, Fnatic were 8-4 up on the CT side of Overpass at half. Be a bit of a launch into the unknown when you put yourself in that position on this map, of course. But look at this little look around the smoke from Story. Oh, there was a chance at a second. Gravity trying to answer back. There are flashes in play. And Jerks will eventually get taken down. And what a reaction that is from Jocko. Matiris probably should have got that kill. Arosdos fighting back, though. And he's managed to fall back. Can Roman get his kill in mid? For Jocko, he's low HP, needs to make sure he gets away. Arosdos creeping up on his 19 HP, and there's the find. It's a headshot to boot.
It makes things really difficult for Exercise. Jiggle spotted information, and now
sAw, what a recovery from Arosdos, despite being so low. Again, an absolute kerfuffle toward ramp. It goes the way of 3D Max, and then it's these two kills here. They do kind of peak one by one there, Gravity and Lucky. A slight... maybe miscommunication on time. Max looked in such a great position, but they could be about to get caught out again. Jerks knows, hey, naded away. And Story will find one more as well. Quick trade, and suddenly out of nowhere, it's all down to Gravity.
But now 3D Max, as you mentioned, are fighting for their life here on Vertigo. Look at this opening kill. Like, the presence of mind to even pre-fire that angle. And it's because 3D Max have been throwing this smoke that I think was first showcased.
Two aspects of this round. Mac is in position, though. Doesn't matter when Story's here. What a clear and what a shot. 4 versus 4, minute to go.
Goes both ways. Roman also gets a glimpse of the MP covered and scarpered.
25 seconds. Matiris is obviously in a fantastic position, but Gravity's come through. Story, a collateral, but through his teammate. Bomb plant will come through toward A to win the game or send us to overtime. MP9 jumping through. Story finds one. It's very nervy now. Gravity, the new boy, pushing up close. Tech9 is out, and he finds...
But bar Gravity. What is that lineup? We'll have to see it back on the replay because there's a lot of moving pieces here. Here's the initial volley of utility in towards B. Mutiris stays there the entire...
Generator is isolated. Arosdos looking to entry.
I tell you what, it's not him, but he grabs the space and it forces Exercise into the fight. Jocko can only go 1-for-1. Suddenly, it's a 4-on-3 and the bomb already low. The answer for them is to push further forward in towards CT spawn. Maka looking over the wisps of the smoke. Will.
Rounds like that can look simple almost after it's been such a battle in regulation. That first kill from Gravity there on Materis is actually such a critical one. I mean, you could have easily been taken down there by... Roman's still looking for it, and that is a really important headshot. Gravity down. Playing a bit more aggressive job to do. Jocko is mollied out of sandbags. Materis will deal with him. 5 versus 3, U-Jerk's on his way, and Jocko is more stuck than the stuck thing. Honestly, he's inseparable. We mentioned it would be a bit of a tier 2 brawl. sAw kind of almost put themselves in tier 1.5 territory as of late. Maybe they deserve to be...
Timing on that smoke is impeccable from Exercise, and this has been a very common theme from sAw. As soon as they lose players on A, they immediately reset, but the pacing of this is a lot faster. Arostos burning alive to his own incendiary.
What a weird situation. It could be very similar for 3D Max on the retake. Story on Materis now last alive. Neither of them above 40 HP. This HG is going to be solid, and there they go. Great retake from...
Yeah, sweet right. He ever cooked himself for real. Like, there was 2 instances of mollies there. I mean, one was on himself. The other one was actually a really well-placed one in the opening exchanges that was over towards 51, and that completely compromised Jerks and what he wanted to do. He wanted to...
For the AWP of Story, what a find. And there are so many players in for Materis spots in mid to try and trade that it's not possible for him to do anything. And now Arostos standing up. Oh, important smoke for the plot. This could get weird and wacky now. Flash over the top. Superb. Sends Lucky in. Why not when he's 1 HP? It puts it all down to Roman. Is he just going to jump on the defuse? He is. He's holding it. Knives are out. They can't find him. Surely not. Oh, my word.
Can't believe this, really, because it felt like Arostos had done everything. There was 2 nades going into this retake as well for sAw, but they're slightly misplaced. No one from 3D Max occupies that space, but then it's just the proactiveness. These double flashbangs set up from stairs is everything. Roman France or London, 3D Max don't care. And another flashbang spells potential disaster here. 3D Max will just about lock in the